Hello everyone, very warm welcome to all of you on the platform of KSG India. My name is Akhilesh. Today I am going to discuss about the stages of the star in their life. How the star is going to make its journey. So you are going to have certain stages, as I told you in the previous video, that the star was born and everywhere there was happiness prevailed in the universe, and the embryo star was born after the formation of this establishment of nuclear fusion reaction at the core. So how this star is going to lead its life? So let me give you the stages of star's life. So first stage is what? Embryo star, which we have seen. This embryo star converted into mature star, and this mature star into red giant phase. And the red giant converted into supernova. Now after supernova, the fate is going to be decided on the very basis of the size or the mass of the star. If the star is going to be massive, so it has different kind of stardom. That means it is going to have different type of phases. If the star is going to be little, smaller or average size star, it has a different type of stages. So up to supernova, let me explain this, what kind of thing happening over there, how these stages are going to be different, and what are the conditions that prevail to generate different kind of stages in the star's life. Fine. So let's take up this embryo star, which we have discussed already. So how this embryo star is going to be mature, just like us. When we are little kids, we used to go in kindergarten, having some tiffin and all that, and then we learn something, and then we start managing the outside pressure of the ecosystem. So in that case, we say, means the family say that the person is going to be mature, and likewise a star is going to show you the characteristic which is of mature star's characteristic. As I told you to you that there is a core, and this core is quite warmer, means you can expect the temperature of 10 to the power 7 degree centigrade temperature. This is going to be the temperature. Fine. And it is surrounded by the gaseous cloud that is made up of hydrogen and helium. This core is having this nuclear fusion reaction, well established nuclear fusion reaction, and as I told you, the gaseous cloud has gravity, and this gravity is pushing this core from all around. When this is star, the core is going to have sustained fusion reaction. The sustained fusion reaction get established inside the core. What happened? Lot of radiation. This energy is coming out. This radiation energy is coming out from this core. Why? Because fusion reaction, hydrogen forms helium, and in the process what happened? Energy is released. This is fusion reaction, hydrogen plus hydrogen forms helium, and there is energy, that is heat released, and this takes place at very high temperature, that is what, 10 to the power 7 degree centigrade temperature. This is called as fusion reaction. Hydrogen is going to be the fuel, and there is formation of helium as well as energy release. This energy is going to transfer from the core to the entire cloud, and ultimately it start flowing into the universe. At what stage you are going to call this embryo star as a mature star? The stage when this inside energy is going to equilibrate the outside gravitational pressure. That means if you are dealing well from outside pressure by enhancing your inside energy, by accumulating some kind of skill, developing some kind of skill, you are able to nullify the impact of outside pressure. You are going to be called as mature. This is something happening over here. This star is going to produce an energy which is greater than the gravity of outside cloud. This outside cloud made up of hydrogen and helium. Do remember, more hydrogen and less helium. So when the radiation energy of inside is going to equilibrate, not only equilibrate, it is going to be greater than the gravitational energy, then it is going to be called as mature star phase. So this is the mature star phase, when the core is going to have sustained fusion reaction, and this fusion reaction is taking place inside the core. Amount of energy which is released is going to be massive, and so this massive energy is going to equilibrate the outside pressure created by the gravity of outside gaseous cloud. Fine. At this stage, the star is not going to change its shape. The star is going to have a definite shape. Can you have have you seen the sun? Yes, indeed. At the time of sunrise, if you wake up early in the morning, which is very less common in UPSC aspirants, but yes, you should. So if you see early in the morning size of the sun, and when it is going to set size of the sun, it is not going to vary. There is no much variation in the size. It shows that the star is going to maintain its inside energy in a way that outside force is going to be nullified. Otherwise, star is going to be shrinked, or if inside force is going to be massive, it is going to be expand. This is two cases possible. If these two cases are not going to occur, that means the star is its mature stage. And this is what the stage. Right now our sun is also going to have this mature star stage phase. What else? आगे क्या होगा बच्चे? जो आया है वो जाएगा, ये बात तय है. यहाँ पे जितना हाइड्रोजन है, how much hydrogen is over here, is going to be exhausted, and this will be converted into helium one day. Obviously, fusion is going on, so the hydrogen nuclei is going to form this helium. So one day there is complete vanishing of hydrogen from the core. What happened then? So let me explain this. So the core is now no more core. Core is going to have less energy to emit. Why less energy? Because all the hydrogen has been converted into helium. So the fusion reaction, hydrogen fusion reaction ceased to occur, while the gaseous cloud still having massive gravity. So what happened? This gaseous cloud start pushing itself towards the core. So under this massive gravity, the gaseous cloud start pushing inside. That means now the gravity is overpowering the radiation. In this case, what happened? The gas which is outside cloud, gaseous cloud, start coming closer to the core. So why? Because the radiation, this radiation energy is much less as compared to the gravity. Gravity is massive, pushing inside, and this gravity is much more than radiation. So gravity, why gravity become more? Gravity remain constant, it is not going to be more, but radiation get vanished. Why it get vanished? Because there is no fusion reaction taking place. There is no fusion taking place where? In the core. So what happened? Core is not releasing that amount of energy which was required to maintain the equilibrium over here, which was earlier there. Now what? This star's gaseous cloud start crunching towards the core. They start coming closer to the core without knowing the fact that core is at very high temperature. Once a soldier, always a soldier. Core remain at very high temperature, and that is what? 10 to the power 7 degrees centigrade. So the cloud were pushed towards the core, and what happened? This happened. Let me explain on another page. This is the core, and the core is at very high temperature, and it is now surrounded by the dense cloud. The dense cloud is reaching near the core without, means yes, you know the fact that the core is at 10 to the power 7 degrees centigrade. Obviously this is going to be dense cloud, it is denser near the core. So what happened, this core remain at 10 to the power 7 degrees centigrade, is going to heat up the nearby cloud, and this nearby cloud is containing hydrogen as well as helium. As I told you, more hydrogen and less helium. So what happened, the nuclear fusion reaction get established in this dense cloud. Why this cloud become denser? Because the radiation energy that is coming out from the core was going to be vanished, and slowly and gradually the cloud coming together, they reach to the core and they become denser. What happened, the dense cloud of hydrogen get ignited. What happened here? Establishment of nuclear fusion reaction. Nuclear fusion reaction. This nuclear fusion reaction established in this white colored cloud because the temperature is going to be 10 to the power 7 degrees centigrade, and huge amount of hydrogen start fusing to form helium, and due to this there is a huge radiation which is start coming out from the core as well as this gaseous cloud, and this star start expanding at a very high rate like this, and this phase is called as red giant phase. And in red giant phase the star is going to be much bigger of the original size, thousands of times bigger than the original size. Just imagine why this has expanded in this big size, because of the fact that nuclear fusion reaction have established in the entire cloud, the cloud which is made up of hydrogen and helium, more hydrogen and less helium. So this phase is going to be reached, and this phase is called as red giant phase. Red giant phase. Red giant phase. So don't you think that red giant phase is quite bigger? Answer is yes, it is huge, thousands of times bigger than the size of original star. Why this is so bigger? Because of massive release of radiation energy from the gaseous cloud, which is filled with the fuel, that is what, hydrogen. And nuclear fusion reaction have started in entire cloud. Why it was started in entire cloud? Because this cloud start approaching towards the core. As I told you, the core is at very high temperature, that is of 10 to the power 7 degrees centigrade. So at this temperature, what is going to be the outcome? Establishment of nuclear fusion reaction abruptly induced in entire cloud, and that have given this stage which is called as red giant stage. If the star is going to be massive, so this red giant stage is also called as super red giant. Super red giant phase. Fine, the words are going to make some difference, but the fact is same. Why the super red giants are going to be there? Same condition, core exhausted by hydrogen, no hydrogen is there in core, and the clouds under their own gravity start crunching towards the core. Core at very high temperature, near the vicinity the cloud become denser and get ignited with the nuclear fusion reaction, and due to that huge amount of energy is going to be released, and there is formation of this red giant phase. Fine. So this red giant phase, will it be the fate of our sun? Answer is yes. Our sun is also going to be in this red giant phase. When? What will be the outcome? This has to be discussed. Let me explain this. If the Big Bang was started way back in 13.7 billion years, and we have reached, this is the present scenario, present. So today on this in this class we are discussing this. So this is what present, where our sun is a mature star, and after this fuel in our sun is for 20 billion years. 20 billion years. That means from the Big Bang when occurred to 20 billion, our sun is going to be in red giant phase. Our sun is going to be in red giant phase. Fine. And when this sun is going to be in red giant phase, there is no life left on the earth. Everything is going to be roasted chicken like condition. So no life is possible on the earth. The solar flare are coming over here. So it will take all the life. That means ultimately we all are going to be dead. So don't get a choice to stop your preparation, because still a lot of time is there, and we can go for our attempts. So how much time is left? So here it is 13.7, and if you reduce it, so you are going to have 6.3 billion years. So still we are having this much. Fine. So don't worry, there is no choice. You came here for UPSC preparation. अब बचने का कोई मतलब नहीं है, तो जो होगा देखा जाएगा. फिलहाल अभी बहुत समय है, इतने में तो अटेम्प्ट हो जाएंगे आराम से. Is it okay? So when our sun is going to be in red giant phase, what will happen to us? If you see the Mercury is going to be engulfed by the sun. This is going to be the size of the sun, and there are solar flare which is coming on the solar storms. तो आएंगे ही, solar flare may also reach on the sun earth's surface, and that will create a kind of temperature which is not at all hospitable for the life. It is not habitable, but yes, there is a time. So this is what red giant phase, and after this red giant phase, what will happen? As I told you, the hydrogen is going to be fuel. When hydrogen is going to be exhausted, there will be another phase that is going to occur. So this will be discussed in the next video. Keep on tuning, keep on practicing, keep on studying. Thank you very much.